Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Mannerheim line, and we've got Fury from 1AR clan, the new commander there. He's in the Tiger 1. Now, you may have noticed a couple of recent games in this particular tank, so there's a bit of a battle between the top players in this tank to see who gets the best results. So we'll see how Fury plays this particular tank on this map and the tactics he uses. We won't go into the sort of history and reputation of the tank. We'll cover that in the previous video, so you can have a look at that. But I guess the main takeaway is for this particular iteration of the tank is high DPM, not so reliable armour, reasonable mobility, but yeah, DPM probably the main feature of the particular tank. Alright, anyways, dip down here on the line where heavy tanks normally play, and he's found a VK3002 medium tank. There's 2 hits on it. The first one didn't pin, but now he's going through him, and if he's by himself, he's basically got him to himself and can basically punish him for being out of position. So one more shot and he's gone. And he gets rammed to death by the KV2. And we've got a T29, also potentially out of position, no support, and although it's, you can probably characterise that as the best tank in its tier at a heavy line, he's now got multiple tanks he's having to fight, which means he can't put his best features of his tank forward, and Fury can out DPM him quite easily and gets the kill. So in a matter of less than 2 minutes, he's got 1500 damage, and he's got this sort of part of the map to himself, really, well not to himself, but to his team. And okay, we've got some tanks that he can take shots at, sort of hiding behind a corner. Yeah, it does take a hit there. So when you're poking up, you do have a bit of your side hull visible, depending on what your gun depression is and the shape of the terrain that you're coming on. He's just looking to see whether those tanks are backed off now. Doesn't necessarily want to pop up too much further. Now there's a Caro P88 ahead of him. Oh, and he's taking a hit from a Dicker Max as well, so this is not necessarily the best place to be. Now he's taking more and more hits, so he's got to make a decision. Does he stay and work this position, or are there better places to be? At this stage of the game, things are fairly even. So you can afford to stay here a bit further. In fact, it takes out the VK3001P. There's a Strip 74 taking shots there, but he doesn't want to pop up too far because he's going to get lit by these tanks. So the Strip makes a move, but unfortunately that shot doesn't go in. The Dicker Max takes out the KV2, and now he can punish that Strip 74 there. Takes another hit from the Dicker Max, luckily that just goes into his tracks. And so here we've got a bit of a decision point here now. They're falling behind a bit in terms of tanks, so they're pretty even in hit points. So just make a decision here whether to keep pushing forward. Well, the Striv has come out. He takes another hit from the Dicker Max, this time just damaging his gun, so unfortunately not losing any hit points. Could have easily been another 300 odd hit points down. And that Striv doesn't really want to play on that corner anymore, I don't think. And now they've lost another tank, so it looks like the north side is getting a bit wiped out. In fact, they're losing another tank up there. And this could be a good opportunity to switch flanks, basically. So in fact that's what Fury is doing right now. So yeah, they pretty much lost the north side there. Well, they're pulling back some of it, but he just thinks needs a bit more reinforcement up there, I would say. And he's got two T29s down below, and a tank destroyer can probably pretty much hold that line, even if they don't advance. Showing one of the weaknesses of the tank just based on the engine power and the weight, yeah, just a bit slow up hills. No, they're definitely losing the north. Just lost another tank up there. Okay, now he's got the AMD. Unfortunately, that shot doesn't manage to land. You can see he's actually getting pretty good shell velocity out of the shells that he's using. 1250 meters a second. That is quite excellent, and for its tier again, pretty high. Not that common to get such high levels of shell velocity there. So it really does help with your aiming and you know, reducing the amount of lead that you have to make. So it looks like the push on the north has been stymied a little bit. It's the KV-1S last seen and the AMD who was just disappeared. There are more tanks converging down on the base, so you can use this position to perhaps support that side again. I was just trying to get an angle here to help. Oh, here comes the KV-1S. So here, look, he's a one-shottable tank. So can Fury go around and deal with him, or is he going to expose himself to guys below? I think he can take the risk here. Comes in, needs to get his gun on him, and again takes him out. And another enemy tank goes down, so it's starting to bring back the deficit there. And Fury just backing up, trying to get a bit of vision of getting his gun on the tanks down below, but they are right down the bottom, so what is he going to do? Is he going to come here and protect? Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and go after that AMD. Two T-29s can probably still hold that location as long as they're not getting rushed. And it doesn't look like the enemy's really pushing hard. Now here comes the AMD and he gets the kill, so that's pretty handy. Stops him coming around and being annoying. Now he's lit here. Is there any more threat? That's what he's got to worry about. Oh yes, and there you go, there's the Digger-Max. So Digger-Max has moved, and yeah, 2 more shots on the Digger-Max, and that's probably the end of Fury in this game here. So what is he going to do? Is he going to rush the Digger-Max? No, okay, so he's going to take an alternate route here, perhaps come around and flank the Digger-Max, or in fact find other targets. So using this angle here, he gets right down below the level of the Digger-Max, can shoot back at him. And he can probably find some other targets before he becomes able to get hold of the Digger-Max as well. And if he can help get rid of the Caro, that'll be a big advantage to his team, I would say. So what he's got to be worried about really is just whether that TD pops up and takes shots at him. In fact, there he is, he's been spotted. Just the top of him, he can probably get a shot in. Digger-Max also being very careful there. Digger-Max is full health. That's a good thing in one way. That's 600 hit points of damage you can probably farm. But it's also, yeah, you got to be careful not to get in front of his gun. So, okay, here we got some tanks at T-34-85. He managed to put a shot into and pulls back straight away. He doesn't want to lose any unnecessary hit points. The good thing with knowing where the Digger-Max is, he's not back behind the cap area, so he's really just got to worry about his current location, and all the other tanks are in known positions. So Fury is working out how he can get hold of that Digger-Max and put some shells into him. Alright, here he's coming again. He'll definitely get a shot in. Gets the first one in. Now it looks like he's lost a bit of health, so not just from Fury, maybe he's had a hit from something else. So Fury can now come around and sort of chase him down through the channel that he's in. But he's just being careful. Is he exposed to the P-88 or not, is the question. Now he's got VK-3002 Ram coming up to support him. Alright, he looks like he spotted the Digger-Max. and he's getting another shot in. Yes, he is, and he gets the kill. So handy 5 kills there to Fury, and the game is really in their favour now. The remaining tanks are on very low hit points, and now there's only 2 left. The Caro, who's on a very small amount of hit points, and the T-78. You can see there's only 472 hit points remaining on the enemy team, and 372 now, or 376. So there goes the Caro. This is the T-78. He's going to get a shot on him. Not really likely. Looks he's been circled by the 2 T-29s, so he won't last, and Fury won't get there in time. That's just, it's sad. It's just shy of 4k of damage. In fact, that's the end. Oh no. And the T-29s fell off, and the T-78 fell off and drowned, so that must have been pushing each other into the water. Bit of bad luck there, but still a good result there for Fury. Let's go and have a look at how the detail worked out. Okay, so just shy of 4k of damage, another 590 of assisted damage there, and 5 kills. That's earned him the High Caliber Award and the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Yeah, he blocked 735, not that significant, but always handy. And let's have a look at the team scores. Alrighty, so finished on top with 1514 base experience, so nice level there. T29 finished second there with 1872, and the next best damage was the BK3002M, who finished up at the end supporting, and that's Foul Play from Saber Clan, doing a good supporting job there again. Then on the other side, an AMX 1357 did 1778 at 728 base experience, so more than likely got an ace tanker out of that in the losing side, and the Caro did 2k. They're probably the clear standards there. The Digamax doing 1700 odd damage there. But this is Fury's game, and he didn't have lion balls there to support him or take damage away from him, which probably more importantly. So earned this battle by himself. So firing 22 shots, 18 hits, and 16 of those penetrated. Basically used more than standard ammunition than not, but still spent a fair bit on ammo there, and using premium consumables really hurt him there as well. So it did end up costing him 52k, but this is a tech tree tank, so it doesn't have any special credit earning, although for its tier it should be generally profitable, but yeah, not quite enough unfortunately. But nonetheless, great game there from Fury, and hopefully that illustrated some of the other characteristics of playing this tank. You want to see it on different maps and how it's used to get the best results. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content to follow, and thanks very much for watching.